buzzer ready, and then we'll be good to go. We are live on YouTube. Buzzer. Oh. There it is. Good. And get the game up. Make sure that no questions get shown on accident.
Ryan, when's the last time you went to Decades?
Literally never.
It was like right down the street from that.
I do. But I'm
What
not.
city is this?
DC.
Oh, you live in DC? No shit.
Yeah.
Did not know that. I also have never been to Decades, despite living like 10 miles away for many, many years.
I mean,
All right.
I'm not a
Share
GW
screen.
freshman, so I have no desire to go.
Fair.
In all fairness, I did go there when I was in college, so
Of course, it didn't work. So
throw that out there.
more the side of the screen.
I think DC after Atlanta probably has the most Ocho people in it. Or I guess Chicago has a lot too.
Chicago.
Yeah.
Andrew, are you in DC too?
What's up?
No,
Are you in
he's-
DC
he's
also?
Atlanta.
No, I'm in Atlanta.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Who's in DC besides me, Brian, and Mustafa, right?
Yeah, Foz at law school. I think one of the Night Pandas, I think, is in DC.
Yeah.
Just
I don't
follow
know
American.
which one.
Is what?
Okay.
I goes to Georgetown Law, I think.
All right,
Yeah,
here we
he's
go.
a-
You guys see the black screen, right?
How did I not know
Yep.
that?
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't know that till like this season.
That's cool.
I think he's in his first year.
Antonin Scalia School of Law.
All right, it's playoff time, but it is not a 15-round semifinal just yet. It is a standard 10-round game. It is Pool Boy versus Mentally Illest. Pool Boy coming in at 6-8 via the play-in. I believe that they were the top play-in teams. So they beat Macabros early on before Macabros took care of the Chicken Hawks. Mentally Illest 9-5. Although if you take a look, the points per game are just a tenth of a point apart. And so for statistic to watch, I just said look above and below because natural landmarks. I feel like my Zoom or my PowerPoint is lagging, so I'm afraid to click. So if things are a little bit delayed, just give it a second and it'll go. But I feel like it's lagging. Does anybody want to double natural landmarks?
Ooh, what do you guys think? I don't hate it, but it's
No.
early for it's some aggressive stuff.
I mean,
So,
it's
shit!
not.
Did you guys see that?
Yeah.
We did
Yeah.
see that, yeah.
Fuck! I figured that might happen because it's lagging. All right. So that's a great start. Excellent start, Spencer. So we've got one outstanding already. God damn it. All right. Well, hold
We
on.
would have
Let me-
got that. So
Yeah.
I might as well give it to us. I knew it was Idaho.
Calvin, I will give it to you if you can name 3 of the other words in the question.
All right. Stop the share. Let me see if I can get this lag sorted out so we don't encounter that again. I knew that was going to happen. Might as well get it out of the way early.
We should still decide if we want to double.
I felt like I clicked twice. I feel like you guys didn't necessarily see the format. You just know that.
No,
Here.
I just saw the answer in green.
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. Same. Just the answer.
So, I mean, we're going to get something comparable to Idaho, so I don't think
A state. That's not that.
Yeah.
That's not that informative.
Yeah.
No, I mean it's probably like what state is this natural landmark in, or are these natural landmarks in? Which is not my strongest geography area.
All right, yeah, we'll pass. We won't double it. All right. Could be tough though because there might not be a history.
No,
All right,
I
hold
know.
on.
For something else to double.
For sure. Hopefully Spencer's got a celebrity name pulls it somewhere in there.
Hold on.
You got a big
Let
metal
me-
salad there, Calvin?
Yep.
Fine.
Nice.
Okay. We're all right. We got it much better now. It's not lagging anymore. So let me just get back to. God damn it. All right. So we have an outstanding question. Do have that noted. Now let me bring you guys back in. Share screen.
If you see me randomly flailing, it's because of the Pacers game.
Okay. All right. So
Oh,
now
sure.
landmarks for mentally illest with a point outstanding. We are off to a hot start here. Let me pull the buzzer up again, and then we will officially get going. Professional hosting here. Okay. Mentally illest for you. Maybe. Come on. There we go. If you and a friend were to meet halfway between Mammoth Cave and Niagara Falls, traveling on a straight line, what state would you be in?
Oh, I'm so glad we didn't double.
I
Yeah.
was just gonna say that makes me feel better.
So we all know where Niagara Falls is.
Yeah.
You know where Mammoth Cave is?
Yeah, Niagara
I have
Falls
some-
down Washington, right?
I have some thoughts on Mammoth Cave, but I'm not 100% positive.
Yeah. I have like two thoughts, and they give very different answers.
Same, actually, same. Same.
Luckily, this is a
Um,
good one to do a remake on. There's plenty of
I
options.
think that it's in the southern Appalachian or like area.
That's
I don't know if
kind of
it's Western
what I'm
Virginia
I could also
or
see it. I could also see it being like an Iowa.
so what do you think, Pennsylvania?
What about West Virginia? Just straight up.
5 seconds.
Yeah, it could be that.
Go with that.
I think Pennsylvania.
Need an answer.
We'll go Pennsylvania final.
Pennsylvania's
This
incorrect.
would be
for
Ohio.
us.
This would be Ohio then. If it's not
Yeah,
Pennsylvania, it's Ohio. Mammoth Cave's in Kentucky.
Mammoth Cave is
for sure.
Kentucky.
In there.
I
Yeah.
don't know where in Kentucky, but
If it's not Pennsylvania, it's
Comes
definitely
for us.
Ohio.
You don't think it'd be
West Virginia.
southern New York?
15
No.
seconds.
no,
No.
there's not a lot of room there. It's got to be
Okay,
Ohio.
then Ohio.
Niagara Falls is super far west.
Ohio final.
I don't know if you guys can hear the buzzer. Ohio is correct.
Thank God we
Nice.
didn't double that.
Yep.
My
I really thought it
God.
was Pennsylvania.
I was torn between Pennsylvania and Ohio, so I'm glad
There's
they,
there's very
that's
little
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania that's west of Niagara Falls.
So
Like, very
Pool
little.
Boy jumps out to a lead on a steal. Question outstanding, though. We'll see if that one goes to Pool Boy or if Mentally Illest end up leveling it out with a steal. We'll do that probably towards the end. Round 2 is Torpedo Merchants. This is MLB. Would anybody like to double?
No.
Yeah.
Okay, no double. Pool Boy, you're going first. This 28-year-old AL West catcher has been raking with the Torpedo this season. He has a 241 average with 13 homers and 27 RBIs on 145 at-bats.
I think I actually know who this is.
And who would that
Okay,
be?
perfect. I was gonna say, do we call Ethan? But if you know who this is, let's go for
I
it.
think this is Cal Raleigh with the
Never
Mariners.
heard that name before.
Matt is going to make
Okay,
the make
I
a
like it.
question.
like it.
I think we saved the phone a friend because I know that Cal Raleigh was leading the league in home runs pretty recently with like 9. Yeah, let's go with that. Cal Raleigh final.
Carly is correct. Can you guys hear the buzzer or is it getting filtered out?
Getting
Getting filtered.
Getting filtered out. All right, maybe I can just crank it in the background and see what happens.
Whoa.
there.
L. Raleigh, aka
Yeah, I
Big,
saw that coming.
Big Dumper.
Cal Raleigh does have a big dumper.
They literally had a big dumper night the other night as a promo.
That's nuts.
All right, Torpedo Merchants for Mentally Illest to make it 2-1. This 33-year-old first baseman from an NL Central team has produced quite well with the Torpedo. On 153 at-bats, he has hit for an average of 255 with 6 home runs and 23 RBIs.
Who's
Yeah,
playing
no Yankees for you guys.
NL Central?
With 6 home runs.
Oh, who that? Oh, son of a bitch.
I mean, possible phone a friend here, but I don't know if they're going to steal it.
33 would line up for.
Where's Goldschmidt playing right now?
I was just gonna say, is he still in the Cardinals? I think he is.
We call or
He's
hold
about
it?
he's about that old. I think we hold it.
I think we
All right.
hold it. I that because that was my thought too. Was Paul
All right.
Goldschmidt?
All right, well, let it go.
All right, Paul Goldschmidt. Final.
Paul Goldschmidt is a Yankee. Incorrect.
I have no
I
idea.
don't know.
And the only NL Central first baseman I know is Michael Bush. But I feel like he's not a
Michael
big
Bush
enough
is
name.
like way younger than that, right?
Uh,
I have no
Oh, could
idea
be
who's
Michael
playing
Bush.
first base for the Reds this
I
year.
mean,
15 seconds.
Is Willie Adames isn't this old? Is he? Is he with the Brewers?
I
is
don't
he a
know.
first baseman?
I don't know.
I don't think he is,
Um,
but we can guess it.
I feel like he would be.
5
this old.
seconds.
It could be Michael Bush. Did Michael
Is that
Bush
just
stay in
a-
the minors for forever?
And need
Michael
an
Bush is
answer.
old.
Willie Adames final.
Michael Bush is 29.
This is Wilson Contreras.
Oh,
St.
Wilson
Louis
Contreras.
Cardinals.
Oh, that's tough. Calvin, I feel like we should have done that.
I bet Paul Goldschmidt, considering he plays for the Yankees, probably does use a torpedo bat.
I didn't know he was
The
on
big
Yankees.
three. This is not an NBA question. This is a pop culture television question.
Nope.
And that's all I'm going to say. This is about TV.
No
We're not
double.
going to double.
That what as you will. No double from either team. I heard mentally ill is for sure. Pool boy.
No, we're not doubling.
Determine if the following shows aired on Nickelodeon, Disney Channel, or Cartoon Network. So you're gonna have to tell me which show aired on which channel for all four. They're not gonna be the same. Even Stevens, Samurai Jack, Cory in the House, Big Time Rush.
Big Time Rush was Nickelodeon.
Wait, what do we have to do?
You have to
Name
you
which
have to
channel
say,
of those three they aired on.
Big Time Rush was Nickelodeon.
Cory in the House is Disney Channel.
Yeah, even Stevens was Disney Channel as well.
So Samurai Jack's got to be Cartoon Network, right? I don't know what Samurai Jack is, to be honest.
Yeah, I like that. So even Stevens and Cory in the House are Disney Channel. Big Time Rush is Nickelodeon, and Samurai Jack is Cartoon Network.
Calvin, do you like that?
I don't get the question.
You just have to map
just-
all four to a channel.
Okay.
Every one of those four has to be on one of those three channels, and you just pick which one for each.
Yeah, sure. Whatever you guys said.
All right,
Like,
so we're gonna say
do you know anything about Samurai Jack, Calvin?
I've never heard of that. No.
let's just assume there's at least one Cartoon Network.
I like it.
All right, even Stevens and Cory in the House are Disney Channel. Samurai Jack is Cartoon Network, and Big Time Rush is Nickelodeon. Right?
Yeah.
Final.
That is correct. I can't believe you guys haven't heard of Samurai Jack. Mentally ill. Have you guys heard of Samurai Jack?
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
very good show.
Okay, yeah.
You guys have probably seen like stills from it.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, if I saw a picture of it, it might ring a bell.
All right, for mentally illest. Determine if the following shows aired on Nickelodeon, Disney Channel, or Cartoon Network. Invader Zim, Zoe 101, Camp Lazlo, and Good Luck Charlie.
I know
And
two
one-
of them.
1, 2, and 4.
I've never heard of Invader Zim or Camp Lazlo or Good Luck Charlie.
I've heard of Camp Lazlo. I don't know what it was on. I would guess Cartoon Network.
This is a possible phone a friend.
So
Yeah.
I'm calling Angelina.
we can all agree on probably 2 and 4, right?
Yep, for sure.
Okay, personally, I think that 1 and 3
10 seconds.
are both Cartoon Network.
I'm fine running with that.
All right, well then let it go, Andrew.
And do you have Invader Zim at Nick or?
I've never heard of it.
All right, gonna need you to start submitting your answer.
I think it's Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, and then Disney. Final.
Yep.
That is incorrect.
What'd they say?
They said Cartoon Network, Nick, Cartoon Network, Disney. I would have agreed
Okay,
with
then
that.
camp is
I was
probably
gonna guess
Disney.
Camp Laszlo is Disney.
Disney,
Like I feel like
yeah.
if it's got a camp in it, it's got to be.
I
Disney.
agree. I agree.
I thought it was a cartoon, but yeah, I'm cool with that.
All right, so Cartoon Network, Nick, Disney,
Disney. Double Disney.
Disney.
Yeah.
Final.
That is also incorrect. This is Nick, Cartoon Network, Disney.
Mm.
Okay, whatever.
All right, so 3-0 as we move on to Indy 500, first niche of the night. For Pool Boy. In 2000, this American who won the 1999 IRL championship started the race in pole position, but ended up finishing last after a gust of wind sent him into the wall on lap 66.
Americans who could have won the IRL championship in that era. Morning card. Shit.
5 seconds.
Brian Herta, final answer.
That is incorrect.
Anybody
Chance to
have
get
any
in
idea?
the game on a
No.
tough steal.
All right, I'm gonna send somebody who raced in F1. Well, no, he was way after this. We'll go Scott Speed final.
Correct. This is Greg Ray. Does that ring a bell at all, Vigran? I know debris from his car took out a couple other guys. Apparently this is a pretty famous event.
But whatever.
Yeah. So I'll let you know now that we're into it. This is the tougher of the 2 niche rounds for sure. Julio Claudian Dynasty. I know that's not how it's pronounced. I just like saying Claudian Dynasty.
I like that
It
you're
makes me
consistent
happy,
with
though.
it.
It's the
I
70s
appreciate it.
Pittsburgh Pirates. No, this is about Rome. All sources agree that this man, a member of the Praetorian Guard, was the first to stab Caligula during his assassination in January of the year 41. I told you it was the harder of the 2 niche categories.
This is so hard. I know that this guy had the sun also rises style penile injury. What was his fucking name? I'm not gonna get this. This is so hard. I'm gonna go Corbulo final.
Chance for what would probably be the greatest steal of all time.
Yes, Corbulo.
Yeah,
I
with
was
no
gonna
is
say
what I get.
Shabuzi.
What about
Brute. What if Brute did it twice?
could have
Shabuzi, Brute,
10 seconds.
final.
Caesar?
What do we think? Do we think Caligula assassinated
Noah said
himself?
final.
I said
Sebulba?
final. I didn't think we had
Just
anything.
Cassius Chaerea.
Kyrea, yeah.
Kyrea. Got him in the tunnel on the way to the forum or something. I don't know.
Did he
On the
go
way
for
to
I
lunch.
Stanley?
think we can all agree January of 41 was tough for all of us, you know?
I think the Game of Thrones scene with the guys in the golden masks, can't cope with their names right now. That was based on this, where
yeah.
they kill the Barris and Selmy.
Does the heart-
Course collapses. This is golf. Would any team like to double?
Noah.
I
Noah
don't know about
Calvin.
this.
Noah Calvin.
Oops, there's a buzzer.
I could see this being hard.
I can see it being hard too.
Really?
I don't know. Course collapses. I feel like they
What
know
do you
golf
think,
well
man?
too.
If
We
it's
could
too
all-
hard for
this,
you guys,
this
if
could
you need
also
to
be
work
a
it
good.
in.
This could also be a good phone a friend opportunity.
I mean,
I think we should double it.
we're
And
in a
that's me
weird
saying
spot
it
on
knowing
the.
I'm not going to be the one to get it right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they could. I don't think they'd steal it.
I think that they know some golf, but we can go for it. We can go for it.
No, I trust you.
All right.
This
I
is our
vote
sports
no.
other. What do you think,
Yes,
Andrew?
this is sports other.
I vote
I
no.
look.
no, I saw
think
I saw
think
your
we don't.
war. You need to be an Andrew Nemhard level playoff riser. Let's go.
Hey,
We're
I'd
doubling.
rather have
Okay.
rings than
All right, we're
stats.
gonna sit on it and see what comes to us.
Okay, so a double 3-0 with the question outstanding. Double for Pool Boy to push it to 5-0. Justin Johnson fumbled a 2015 U.S. Open at Jordan Spieth on the 72nd hole at this course located southwest of Tacoma.
Chambers Bay final. It's in University Place.
No,
Correct.
that's why we doubled. That's
Double.
why
Noah
we
knows.
I was really worried it was
doubled.
going to be some like very hard thing. That's
Noah
great.
knows both Washingtons,
Jacob,
apparently.
Great call.
We should have doubled this.
Golf is
We
always
should have doubled that.
Bang, bang.
This is an
Okay, so
all-time
we are gonna
bad
do
performance.
mentally illest
Yeah,
golf
this is
question,
not our best.
and then I am going to do Pool Boys geography question, and then we will be back on track. All right, for mentally illest. In what is one of the most famous collapses of all time? Phil Mickelson lost his shot at a third consecutive major when he fell apart on the 72nd hole of the 2006 U.S. Open held at this course in Westchester County, New York.
This is Winged Foot.
Winged Foot.
I'm
Final.
so positive. Yeah.
That is correct.
On the board. Let's go.
I was just gonna
Oh,
say,
yeah, boys.
hey, everybody
yeah,
clap it
boys.
up. We got a
What an
point.
all-time bad performance. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Okay.
I guess we should have doubled that, but they also would have been able to make an educated guess
You're
if we
right.
got it wrong.
All right.
You know,
You're right.
So mentally
There's
illest,
just nothing left.
or not mentally
I know.
illest, Pool Boy, I'm going to give you your geography question.
Okay.
Okay. So if you were to meet your friend halfway between a straight line between Badlands and Hot Springs, what state would you be in?
Hot
Springs is part of Yellowstone, right? It's like near Yellowstone. Badlands is in Utah.
No, Badlands is in North Dakota.
Oh shit. Totally right.
Would this be Montana?
That would make a lot of sense to me.
I don't know where Hot
Because
Springs is.
Hot Springs would probably be.
Is Hot Springs Utah or is it Wyoming?
It's like Wyoming.
It could be
up north,
Wyoming.
like in like Indiana, right? So I think it'd be closer.
Hot Springs.
I like
Is
Montana.
Hot Springs,
Montana makes
is
a lot
Hot
of sense.
Springs in Idaho?
I'm just going to clarify just for you guys. You guys are going to have 30 seconds after this. It is Hot Springs National Park that Matt is referring to.
Okay.
We could call
Um,
Ethan. Ethan does national parks.
I want to call Ethan.
Do you want to call
Yeah.
Ethan? He
Yeah,
literally
do
just
it.
started watching live on YouTube.
Do it. Do it.
Okay. We're going to call Ethan.
Okay.
I figured we'd use him for football, but this works too.
Okay. Here we go.
Second lifeline on the board for boy.
Give him a FaceTime, Jacob.
All right.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
give him a
because we
FaceTime.
don't have a written question, I can just give it to you again. So it is going to be
All right,
Badlands and
let me take my AirPods out then so that he can
Okay.
actually hear it.
Yep.
I say something, Spencer?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yep. I FaceTime him. Hey.
Can you repeat the question for me?
Yeah. Spencer, will you repeat the question?
Yeah. So if you were to meet your friend exactly halfway between Badlands and Hot Springs National Park, what state would you be in? 30 seconds.
I have a really random guess on this because I think you guys are off on one of the two parks. I want to say Missouri.
Where's Hot Springs? Where does he say Hot Springs is?
Oh,
Where's
it's
Hot
Arkansas.
Oh.
I think it's in the southeast. I want to say it's
15 seconds.
Ethan thinks it's in Arkansas,
I think it's in Arkansas too. I think he's very right.
North Dakota.
10 seconds.
I think it'd be north of there. Though.
I don't think it's where you guys think.
Illinois?
Arkansas. So,
5,
Further
All right.
west.
4,
I gotta hang up
3,
on.
That's big.
2, 1. All right, you got
What about
15
Iowa?
seconds.
Is Iowa too small?
Iowa's too far north at that point. Could it be Kansas?
Be
It could be
Kansas.
10
Kansas,
seconds.
Nebraska, Iowa, Missouri. It could be any of those.
I like Kansas.
I feel like they're closer to each other than.
I kind of like Kansas too.
Okay,
Although,
I mean-
doesn't Kansas touch Arkansas?
5 seconds.
Jacob, go with your gut.
3.
Missouri, final
4.
answer.
Missouri is incorrect. Chance to
I
steal.
think it is Kansas. I'm pretty
I
sure
was-
it's Kansas.
I was between Kansas and Nebraska, so if you want
Well,
to go Kansas,
would it help you to know that Badlands is in South Dakota and not North Dakota?
if I believe you, yes.
That's correct. I know that that's correct.
Okay,
5
then
seconds.
yeah, Kansas. Go Kansas.
Kansas final.
Kansas is correct. So you
Oh my
guys
God.
wash each other on the geography, and it goes to
Shout out
5-2.
Ethan.
Yeah, it's a wild thing to throw out there.
I thought Badlands
if I
was
had
like
faith in you, sure, but
I thought Badlands was like the only thing in North Dakota.
No, it's in South Dakota.
oh my.
So there's really just nothing in North Dakota.
All right.
There's Bismarck.
So we are back on
Okay,
track
naming
now
the capital doesn't count.
at 5-2. 5-2. Double for mentally ill is still alive going into the second half of the game. Round 6. You had to be there. This is about this is a host choice. It's gonna fall in other. It is about you're gonna see 4 events and you're gonna have to say what year, and they all happen in the same year. And you're gonna have to say what year they occurred in.
I hate
And
this.
it kind of
But
falls
I don't know what we're gonna
into
double.
internet culture, memes, but
But
they aren't
like
necessarily
I
memes.
hate doubling these types of questions because
Popular events.
if
I
you're
hate
off
it,
by
but what-
one,
Yeah. I don't think we
Yes, it
double
is-
this,
it
but
is
like I don't
indeed
know
that
what we're
type of
gonna double
category.
because there's
college,
football, college, football and basketball. One of them probably college.
one of them,
and then
would be-
one other
we're
host
not
choice.
doubling. We're not doubling basketball, and then we have another host choice, which
And a
can be
niche.
literally anything.
Dude, I don't know. We had 2 that we should have doubled.
Yeah, we had one that we should have doubled.
Yeah, we have 1 that we should have doubled.
We missed the other one, and it got stolen.
What do you think?
My only concern is exactly what was said. Is just if you're off by a year. I mean,
Yeah, it's also an Ethan game, or not Ethan. It's also a Spencer game, and Spencer is chronically online.
True. I don't think you need to be
As-
chronically online for this. But
As is Andrew,
Okay.
but
As
I
is
think,
Andrew.
I think we.
am I? Yeah.
Fuck, I don't want to
hold on,
hold
I
it,
gotta
but
get
think
my
we have
cat.
to.
At March break.
This is just so much more stealable than.
It's super stealable, you're right. But are we just gonna roll our just go all in on whatever the other host choice is?
I don't know. I don't know that we have a.
all right,
I don't know
we're
that
gonna
this is
need
a
a
better
decision.
All right, we're gonna not double.
Okay. Marge, take it easy. Cool boy, you're up first. What year did the following events occur in? I'm not going to be naming them.
Oh, this is like classic, like 2012. Is that too early?
No, it's too early.
2016.
I
2016.
was thinking like 2015 or 2016. Yeah.
I think it's 2016. I think it's 2016.
I like
'cause
that. I like
I
that a
feel like
lot.
that selfie was like. There's a joke that like after this selfie, like everything went to shit. I think it's 20.
Paulie, who used to play with Jacob, was really, really big into the Malaysian airlines like flights, conspiracy theories.
Yeah,
I met
I
him
thought you
in
were gonna say he was
2016.
really into Alex from Target.
No, he's really big on Malaysian Airlines. 2016 makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I think it's 2016.
Okay, let's final it.
Final.
2016 is incorrect.
That's tough.
Okay, so
I think that's too late.
I think it's 2014. I think
Okay.
I was a sophomore in high school when the Malaysia Airlines flight thing happened, and I remember that because I was playing golf at a TrackMan in a garage when it happened.
Was it early in your sophomore year or late in your sophomore year?
Now that's actually the bigger problem. It was winter time. It could have either been in January, right before like the spring season, or it's gonna
10
be
seconds.
2014.
Go with your gut. Go with your gut.
2014.
2014.
I think it's 2014.
Final.
Malaysian Airlines was February of 2014.
Huge.
Andrew was correct.
Wasn't gonna let you second
March.
guess that one.
Chill out, bro. Want to come up here? Oh, all right. 5-3. For mentally illest. Name the following events. Name the year the following events occurred in.
Salt Bay. Jeez.
When?
Oh,
What year was
boy.
La La Land Moonlight?
What year was George Floyd, right? Because that
it-
Pepsi ad was right after George Floyd, right? Or
That was
before
20.
I thought it was.
That was 2020.
Okay, so I think
I
it's
thought it was
after that. Or
Trayvon
before that.
I thought that was Trayvon Martin was the
Oh,
Pepsi ad.
No, I thought it was later than that. But
it's the one in Missouri.
Moonlight La La Land was definitely when we were in college.
What about this one for 2016?
I think it's
Or
later.
2017.
I thought.
All right.
Ryan
I'm okay
Clean-
with 2017.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that.
2017 final.
Game on.
Oh,
2017.
You know what?
Ooh.
I'm so glad
We're
I
so
didn't
back.
flip out there. I think it was 2018, but oh boy, almost
So,
ruined it for us.
You guys
That
know
would've been fun.
what this is, by the way? Nobody mentioned this one.
no idea.
That,
Never
that is
seen
Fire
it.
Festival.
Fire
That's Fire
Festival.
Festival.
Oh my God.
Shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, now that you
March,
say
for the
that, it
love
does
of
make
God.
sense. But
All right. Almost an NBA category is a college basketball category about prospects that might get drafted soon.
that's not ideal.
Double.
We will not double.
Okay. For, oh boy. This freshman shooting guard who helped Michigan State to the Elite Eight is the 11th ranked
Got
prospect on Tankathon. He averaged a solid 17.3 points, but doesn't project to do anything in the rebound game. I guess I was going for add anything to the rebound game of the team that takes him, as he averaged just 4.7.
This is Jace Richardson.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely. Go for it.
Jace Richardson final.
Never in doubt.
Good job,
That is
Parker.
correct. 6-4. Mentally illest. This freshman center out of a Maryland squad that made the Sweet 16 is older than many of his classmates at 20, but his 19.6 points per game and 10.6 rebounds per game to go along with 1.3 steals are enough to make for him to rank as Tankathon's 8th best prospect for this year's draft.
One player out of Maryland, but he's a freshman.
This guy's a freshman.
Oh, is he? Where do you see
Yep.
that?
Freshman center.
The second word.
Oh, maybe it's not him. Derek Queen?
I don't know.
I don't know, man.
Derek
Viger
Queen
knows.
final. I don't know if that's his first name. That's vibes. Let's
yeah,
go.
Let's go.
Type of shit you don't expect. Big point there.
I've been
Make it
studying.
6-5.
I've been working on college sports.
Oh.
Derek Queen. Shout out Tankathon. Fuck CBS Sports. Fuck ESPN. Tankathon. That's where
Would
my
you guys have
prospect
gotten
rankings
Jace
come from.
Richardson?
No.
No.
It might have gotten there, but probably not. But probably not. If we're being honest.
Lord of the Rings. This is a niche. Although had it been neither team's niche, I probably would have made it an actual category given who's playing. That would have been fun. But
That would have been not cool for us because we haven't run this in like 2 years.
for
I
Full
didn't
Boy,
know you
Calvin
guys
is too
knew Lord of
good.
the
That's why
Rings.
we don't run this because Calvin is too good.
what is the name of King Theoden's horse?
Oh, I have absolutely no idea. It's never mentioned once in the movie.
Pretty sure we submitted Lord of the Rings movies.
We did.
All right.
This is some lore.
Not gonna lie, I didn't know they didn't
It
say his
might
name.
be in the movies.
No.
Yeah, I can see. I will take Calvin's word that they don't mention that in the movies. Matt, if you're watching,
Can you check
Yeah.
that? Because I think that they might. I think it might be at one part.
I mean, we could pull up the scene, but I could also see this not being mentioned in the movies.
Well, if Matt is
And-
watching and chilling, if he could
yeah,
check it, it'd be
I think
awesome.
we should probably just make a more explicitly movie question if that is the case.
No,
But if it is in the movies, then
I
it's
take this shit to heart because I'm the type of person to be like, yo, that shit's from, fucking the short story Goosebumps, not an actual
Goosebumps,
book.
Goosebumps video
Yeah.
games.
That's fair. That's fair.
Matt is gonna check.
Okay. So
I don't know how to
make
proceed.
another Negroni now, or do I wait?
I mean, if Calvin submits send in a guess. I don't know.
Brago, final.
Okay.
That's wrong.
Mentally illest, do you guys have a guess?
Can I get my 30 seconds to think?
Sure. I think this question is going to be scratched for another question, but
Okay.
especially
Well,
given
then-
how controversial it would be if you hit it.
I'm not gonna hit it. I'm pretty confident
Okay.
I'm not gonna get it.
All right.
We'll pass. Fine.
What's the answer?
It is Snowmain.
That's not mentioned in the movie.
Okay, yeah, that's not what
I
I
can
was
see
thinking
that.
of.
I don't think that might be on me. I don't think I received Lord of the Rings movies, but if I did, that's on me.
I think
If not,
films is
Matt
how we
Balls.
submitted it.
Overwatch is for mentally illest. Which hero has the following playstyle description? As an offense-oriented tank hero, and Ellipses was the character's name. Greatest strength lies in high mobility, which they use to disrupt the enemy team by forcing them out of position and initiating team fights. A good blank. So they're saying like a good version of that character is excellent at establishing area control, knowing when and how to engage and disengage the enemy to create opportunities for their teammates. They can do so at will by switching between two different modes as the situation changes.
Okay, I have an idea. But they're not super highly mobile.
Okay, so Matt has confirmed that Snowman is indeed not named in the movie, and so a new Lord of the Rings question is being made. And Matt has confirmed that he did not say that I had to make a movie question, so it's not my fault.
Huge for Spencer.
Huge for me.
So, because of the high mobility, my guess here is going to be Wrecking Ball. I don't know if he really switches between two modes, but I'm going to say Wrecking Ball final.
Ding, that is correct. Apparently, he's got ball mode and leg mode.
Yeah, I didn't know if those were like
when
really.
he's in the ball.
Yeah, I didn't know if those were like modes really, but yeah, I guess that that's a good description.
7-6 with a niche outstanding. Folklore. This is the other host choice.
Oh, we double this. We double this every time.
Yep.
Guess you guys know folklore. I didn't expect that.
Leads me to those categories.
We know it better than the NFL category that's coming next.
This is a limited option double.
For Pool Boy. The Snow Queen, the Ugly Duckling, and the Little Mermaid are fairy tales that all originate from what country?
This might have been a good double.
The Little Mermaid. We've done the phone if I'm doing it. I feel like everything comes from the Netherlands.
Who are the characters in The Snow Queen?
Oh, wait, The Little Mermaid. Wait, The Little Mermaid is
Spanish?
from shit.
Portuguese.
My parents went to some country. They said there was a Little Mermaid statue, and it was the stupidest tourist trap ever.
Oh,
We should fucking
you're
say
right.
it, Fred.
You're right. Where is that statue?
Is it Norway? Is it in
Damn
Norway? Is that right? I think it's in Norway. I think it's when my parents were in Norway.
Is it? Dude, I feel like I saw this statue.
I don't know, man. I have no idea.
I just heard that it was really hyped
About
up.
3
Is it
seconds. Gonna need an
is it
answer.
Scotland?
Norway, final answer.
That is incorrect.
Is it Scotland?
Denmark.
Denmark,
right? Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah, Hans
Denmark.
Christian Andersen.
it is Denmark. Final.
Denmark is where Vigrant's parents saw the statue. So it is 6-8.
With a niche outstanding.
Yes, this game is coming down to the wire for sure, given that you guys don't feel good about NFL. The Frog Princess, Father Frost, and the Norca are all fairy tales that originated in what country?
I don't know this one.
I don't know this one either. The Norca. What about Norway for this one?
Are we just saying that because it says Norca?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Father Frost.
I mean, it's cold there. It's definitely cold.
Ten seconds.
I mean, I'm fine with Norway.
Yeah.
It's hard. Okay.
I don't want to throw out other options. So
All right, we'll go with Norway final.
What about
Incorrect. Chance to
Sweden?
steal.
What about Sweden? It's right next to it,
Father Frost sounds very Swedish.
right? The Norca?
Yeah,
That could be Swedish.
It does sound Swedish. I'm okay with Sweden.
Let's do
I got nothing here. Truly nothing.
Let's do it.
Sweden, final.
I'm
That
afraid
would be
it's
really
Iceland.
cool.
This is Russia.
Russia. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, the
Oh,
Frog
really?
Princess is a Russian story, despite Disney making it in New Orleans. I had Baba Yaga in here, but Matt made me take it out. Said it was
That
too
one I
easy.
definitely would have known. But that is of equivalent difficulty to the Little Mermaid, to be clear.
Yeah.
Are we
Matt,
down 2?
I know you're watching.
Down 1. We're down 3 now, right?
You're on
No,
two.
You're down 2.
No,
You're
you're
down
down
2
2.
with niche outstanding.
Cool.
So
Matt's working on it.
functionally tied game.
And
Yeah.
and we have to
Functionally
Find our way
tied
through an
game,
NFL category,
but it does
so.
not look good for us with this NFL coming up.
Well, we got to phone a friend.
Bad NFL contracts.
Double.
Here we go. Pool boy. This wide receiver recently signed a 2-year, $8.4 million deal with an AFC East team during free agency. That might not seem like much, but given he has mainly been a special teams contributor outside of one productive season with a separate AFC East team, many see it as a risky overpay.
AFC East. Who's in the East? The Patriots.
Was Robbie Anderson good for the Jets at one point? I don't think he got that much. Was
Don't give out too many options, too.
Keep throwing them out.
AFC East.
I had nothing.
Is it the guy from the Raiders and the Patriots?
that's
3
not the
seconds.
AFC East.
Need an answer.
Robbie Chosen Anderson, final answer.
Incorrect.
I mean, I have no idea. Andrew, any thoughts on the AFC East?
I don't think it's anyone the Patriots signed. Their big signing was like Stephon Diggs. I don't think they signed
15
anyone else.
seconds.
Bills, Dolphins, Jets.
Cole Beasley's been too productive. Jacoby Myers, I don't know if he came back.
5
He's
seconds.
also been too productive.
going to need an answer.
Yeah, Jacoby Myers final.
That's what I was thinking.
Calvin had it. Oh, different
No, I
guy
was
from the
thinking
Raiders
Jacoby
and the
Myers.
Bills. This is Matt Collins.
Ah,
Raiders,
Oh,
Bills, Patriots.
I was thinking Jacoby Myers. Interesting.
Oh, I didn't
Okay.
know the
Yeah,
Patriots.
Matt Collins had he scored a bunch of touchdowns with Josh
That's a
Allen.
hard question.
Yeah, well,
It's fucking tough.
considered the veteran of his team's wide receiver room, this NFC East receiver recently signed a 3-year extension with an average annual value of $12 million, despite having just 39 catches for 573 yards in 24-25.
I mean, I can call my friend.
I mean, we definitely this is a definite phone.
This is definitely a phone a friend.
Let's think about options, though. Three-year extension. AAV 12 million. We had a rough year last year. Is it CeeDee Lamb? Can't be CeeDee Lamb.
No, I don't think so.
That'd be the most crazy, unbalanced question of all time.
It would also be an underpay on CD.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna use a phone a friend.
Okay.
Who's like the Giants?
I was just gonna say. I mean, I feel like it's got to be some scrub on the Giants.
Some scrub on the Giants.
My friend might know. Hey, Kels, I'm gonna read you a question, and then you'll have 30 seconds to answer. At 30 seconds, I have to hang up. The category is bad NFL contracts. You ready? Yeah. All right, here's the question. Considered the veteran of his team's wide receiving room, this NFC East receiver recently signed a 3-year extension with an average annual value of $12 million, despite having just 39 catches and 573 yards in 2024-2025. NFC East underperformed last year, signed a new deal.
Anyone on the Giants?
Anyone on the Giants, maybe?
20 seconds. 15.
15 seconds.
10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, I gotta hang up.
I did hang up.
15 seconds.
Did he get to a name?
He said Diggs, but I don't think that's right.
That's so wrong.
That's wrong on so many levels.
The concussions set in.
10 seconds.
I mean, did Terry McLaurin underperform last year?
No,
Like,
unfortunately, no.
5 seconds. 3, 2, 1.
Whatever your gut says, Brian.
Terry McLaurin final.
Incorrect.
It's
Kansas
Sterling
City.
Shepard.
I like that. I don't know if that's right, but that's the best thing that's coming to
He's
mind
the
right now.
veteran on the Giants, and he sucks.
There's no one on the Cowboys, right? Do the Cowboys have anybody old?
No, I mean, they have that one guy, Irvin. Wait, no, not Michael Irvin. Who's the guy? Who's the guy who's like their third guy, and he's always supposed to be good?
Not Martavis Bryant, right? Is he
No,
old?
no.
No, he
I think it's Sterling Shepard.
I like it. I like it. I like it.
All right, Sterling Shepard final.
Close.
Oh,
Darius Slade.
Fuck the Giants.
boy.
All right.
So
I believe
So we
Sterling
were
Shepard
right
got
before
cut.
the race questions go.
I'm almost positive Sterling. I know he didn't get signed to a new deal, but I'm pretty sure he got cut.
Is the
Okay,
margin
so
one
Lord
or
of the
two?
Rings question to go to overtime,
Two.
To go to overtime. Okay.
which I will probably.
Wow,
I think this is the most stressful game I've ever played.
this is.
We are going to take down the share for now.
This is just the most normal football game of all time.
This game is a heater.
Oh, yeah, this one's had it all. A bunch of host bullshit.
The pool boy strategy is usually miss a niche, give the other team an answer.
Get your
and
double
rest of our
stolen.
phone a friend.
You haven't given us any.
Yeah, you haven't given us an
Give us
answer
an-
yet.
You
We
didn't.
hoped you guys. When
Your
you guys
phone a friend
got
gave
to
me.
Yeah, that's true.
Matt
That's
Matt
true.
is about to send the question, so we almost
We
got
Would
we
you
would
guys have
have
gotten to Kansas?
we would have been between Kansas and Nebraska. I knew it was in Arkansas, so
Knew it was
Yeah, I
in
just
South
couldn't figure out where it was
Dakota.
halfway. Oh.
Up there.
we also hit our quota for mentally illness talking about dumb bullshit for like 10 minutes.
We did.
So
We did.
Jacob, how are the Pacers up by 8?
The Cavs are having an epic meltdown right now. The
Really?
Pacers are
And
just
it's a combination of the
rolling.
Cavs being a little overhyped and the Pacers being much better than everybody thought.
Mitchell.
Well, the Pacers
Nobody
are
really
just
watches the
playing really
Pacers
good.
outside of Indiana, probably, so nobody really knew that they were good.
Well, the Pacers were down like 20 in the first half, so
I didn't know that like all the Cavs guys were back.
All right, Calvin, here's your question.
Okay.
In the Two Towers, a
Oh,
character
yes.
gives a monologue about something called symbol mine. What type of object is symbol mine? That is spelled SIMBELMYNE.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Saruman's given a monologue about a palantir, I believe. So it's a palantir. Final.
What is a palantir? I'm gonna have to look that up.
Wait, what?
I don't know what a palantir is.
It's a seeing stone rock thing. What's the answer?
reveal what the answer is. Reveal what the answer is because it doesn't matter if they steal it or not at this point.
Okay. Yeah, the answer is a flower.
Oh, then
That
I'm
is
very wrong.
not a Palantir.
Okay.
That's tough.
That's kind of
anticlimactic, but
anticlimactic.
GG's got
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Damn, that's a weird
good
end to
game.
this game.
Yeah.
The Pacers.
Y'all deserve so much better.
Damn.
Yeah,
fade
Does
into
anybody-
the-
over here.
This is like
Who
the
gives
most
that monologue, do you
somber
know?
Ocho moment of all time, bro.
This
is so sad.
After his son's death at his funeral or whatever.
I feel like everybody wanted to play overtime.
Yeah, that's too bad. Sorry, guys.
Okay, Calvin.
No,
GG's, guys. Good season.
guys.
GG's, good season.
Good luck, my playlist.
All right.
All
So
right,
thank you guys for playing. Thank you guys for putting up with technical difficulties. Very much
Thank you,
appreciated.
Spencer.
Tough
Thanks for
spot.
hosting, Spencer. Good game.
Yep.
Good game, Spencer.
All
Thanks,
right.
Spencer.
Thanks,
Good
guys.
luck, guys.